Hello and welcome to the instructions for completing math interventions. I know it's been a long time coming and I wanted to make sure everyone can walk through the website accordingly so that it can be effective for the use of math interventions. Right now you're looking at the home page. The first thing that you're going to see is the quote that I pretty much live by, I think therefore I am, and practice makes perfect. So to start us out, I pretty much introduce you to the site and let you know why I chose a sports theme. And this should not take the place of your core curriculum. This is important to note. This is just a supplement to enhance whatever you have going on with your core. If you scroll back up to the top, you're going to see 3 yellow lines on the left side of your screen. These lines are going to aid in your navigation of the site. If you click on them, you will now see all of the tabs that are available for mathematics instruction. Let's start with the team schedule. Your teacher is going to email you a team schedule that you are to follow. You can either be on the green team, yellow team, or orange team for this week. The green team is what we would like to explore. If you click on the green team, you're going to see a schedule populate. This schedule is going to walk you through all of the expectations for Team Green. So if you look closely, which you can magnify the screen, you will see that for the week of 10/6 through 10/10/2014, your game plan is listed. All of the categories indicate which tab you should click on the website and which activity you should complete. The daily minutes are indicated and the weekly minutes for each category are listed. If you choose to do this daily, you have about 35 minutes worth of work each day. If you choose to complete it all in one sum, that's 175 minutes. So I recommend that you complete a little chunk each day. You have your math facts, your math warm-up, vocabulary development, math foundation, performance assessments that will be completed each week. Let's start by walking through the game plan for the first week for Green Team. First thing we will look at would be the math facts, doubles activities. So I would go to my 3 lines, click on math facts, and addition facts/activities. I would now look at adding doubles. On the left-hand side, you'll see a professional development for adding doubles. This professional development is for the teacher or learning guide or parent that would like to know a little bit more about how to instruct their child on math facts. So if you zoom in, you'll be able to see the big ideas behind the math concepts. These big ideas lay a solid foundation for the work that your student will be trying to master. On the right-hand side, you see files that you could download to aid in these big ideas. So first we have a 10 frames map, which the instruction goes along over here. Doubles, as far as math facts, it's just a fact sheet for you. And a part whole map that's referenced in the professional development. So all of the resources that would be needed for adding doubles are here, and the guide for your professional development will be located here. Feel free to zoom in and read this information prior to working with your student. Let's go back to our team schedule. The next thing that we would complete would be our math warm-up. For math warm-up, we would need to complete week 1, grade K2. Going back over to our 3 bars, we will look for the K2 tab, click on it. You will now see the K2 warm-up. Our team schedule indicated that we are to complete week number 1. The first thing that you would do is download the file for week number 1. You will see 5 problems appear. It will be your job to ensure that the student completes the problems for each day in the workspace provided. This work should be completed completely independent. This gives our students the opportunity to stretch their thinking and try some problem sets on their own that are a little bit outside of the box. We want to see what they're thinking when they're trying to solve a problem. Once they have completed the problems, you have access to an answer key. The answer key shows you a variety of strategies to solve the problem. Feel free to review this with your student. Notice the highlighting indicates keywords and phrases that assist in solving the problem. The blue highlighter indicates the answers. Should you need additional assistance, I've included a video that walks through each of the problems for your student, whereas they can hear the thought process that goes along with the thinking. Let's go back to our team schedule and see what else we would need to complete. Looking at our schedule, we've already done our math facts, our math warm-up. Vocabulary development should be next. We go back up. Click on vocabulary development, and we're going to look at the K2 grade 2 vocabulary. In this case, for the math vocabulary, you're going to click on the specific grade that you want to target. So if my student is in second grade, I would click second grade. And on my team schedule, it referenced Unit 1. These are the words that I would need to target for this session. I know it seems like a lot of words, but you'll be surprised your students are familiar with some of them already. You really want to look at which words your students do not know the meanings of, because at this point, you want them to be able to apply these words to mathematical concepts. I would create a vocabulary-based card or index card for your students to look at and practice daily. Looking again at our schedule, let's move forward to the Math Foundation. It says complete 2 activities from grade 1, Operations and Algebraic Thinking. So I would follow my site to Math Foundations. I would click on grade 1, and it referred to Operations and Algebraic Thinking. At this point, your student can select whatever activities they would like to practice with, but remember, your team schedule said pick 2. You would pick 2 activities for the week that they will practice. Notice there's a good variety here. So if they want to change up daily, that's fine. Or if they want to just pick the same 2 and practice those 2 for the entire week, that will work as well. Lastly, we would need to do a performance assessment. After any form of instruction, you always have to assess to make sure a student is learning. So the assessment that's recommended is complete 1 performance assessment from grade 1, Operations and Algebraic Thinking. You should have 5 at the end of the week. When you look at this file, you're going to see several performance assessments. I only need 5 each week. Please scan and email all completed performance assessments by Sunday evening to myself, Alexandria Banks. I will show you where to get these. So looking at the performance assessment, our schedule indicated that we need grade 1, and we need 1 assessment daily. We're looking at the Operations and Algebraic Thinking. When this file loads, you're going to see that it's several assessments included. Remember, I only need 5 each week. The first thing you're going to see is the domain and the cluster listed as well as your standards. Be sure to look at materials and make sure you have the materials required for each task. If not, feel free to select a different task. So, in looking through, the task is what you would read to the student. It says, say. That's exactly what you would say, whatever is italicized, to the student. You provide an example if needed. With the performance assessment, we want our students to be with an advanced understanding. That means they fully engulf the standard and they understand how to apply it to a task. If they have a complete understanding, that's fine as well. However, it's not as deep as we would like it to be, and maybe you would need to practice this task with a student with different numbers. Developing understanding means that our student has not quite understood the concept that we're trying to teach, and we definitely need to do some more work. On the side, you will see additional strategies that the student can use. I want you to check these off based on whatever strategy the student uses and what combinations they identify. Let's look at the student recording sheet. This is the second page after what you just read as far as the task. This page gives the student the task. I'm thinking of two numbers. These two numbers add up to 7. What could my numbers be? And it gives them a workspace. They will work and complete the performance assessment in this area. From here, you will check off the combinations that they identified and the strategy that they used. At this point, you would determine if they have an advanced understanding, complete understanding, or developing understanding. You would need to email me these two sheets as far as one task. Remember, you have to complete 5 performance assessments each week. These two sheets would be considered one complete task. Lastly, if you would like to contact me with any questions or concerns, feel free to use the contact page. I listed all my information here, my office number, my email, or you can fill out the information here and it will go directly to my email once you press submit. Well, this wraps up pretty much an overview of the website for math interventions. I look forward to working with each of you, and I hope this is of great assistance to you. Thank you so much, and goodbye.